Soil amendments can be like magic. You take plant and animal waste or chemicals and voila! You make stronger, bigger, higher yielding plants. But as magical as soil amendments like manure can be, they can also pose a risk when it comes to food safety. So, how can we make manure into something much safer to use, but just as powerful? Through a process called composting. So let's cut the crap. Get it? And find out how we can use composting to create better, more fertile soil while reducing the pathogens and other risks to food safety. So, what is composting? It's a controlled biological process that uses heat and good bacteria to break down organic matter, such as food scraps and manure, and kill any deadly pathogens that are lurking around. Let's just say those nasty pathogens can't take the heat. By killing off those harmful pathogens found in raw manure, you get all the benefits of using it as a soil amendment without all the possible and deadly side effects that could occur if raw manure comes into contact with produce. Think of composting raw manure as a little bit like cooking raw chicken. When you cook chicken, you heat it to a temperature hot enough to kill off potentially deadly bacteria. Just like you shouldn't eat a half-cooked chicken breast, you shouldn't use raw or half-composted manure on produce for the exact same reasons. But no matter the type of soil amendment you use, you still need policies and procedures in place for their use so you can reduce risk. And check that your workers are following them. Don't apply soil amendments with raw manure to crops meant to be eaten fresh that have a short life cycle. Maximize the amount of time between application and harvest. And make sure the soil amendment doesn't contact the edible portion of the fruit, which, according to handy-dandy science, is when the bud is established. To further reduce risk, designate special tools that you only use for handling soil amendments. If you aren't able to do so, be sure to train everyone to clean and sanitize tools in between use. Also, try to arrange things so no one has to walk through areas where you store or process soil amendments to get to the fields. Anyway, since it runs downhill, think about where you store your amendments, since runoff or wind drift from a poorly placed storage area can contaminate fields downhill or downwind. And if your workers are handling soil amendments, they need to know how to clean up afterwards. Clothes, boots, gloves, tools, and hands must be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized before handling any crops. But wait, there's more! Because composting and preventing cross-contamination from soil amendments is so important, detailed records need to be kept of all soil amendment applications and treatments, including recording composting temperatures. And don't forget, it helps to have a detailed plan in place just in case it happens. Do all this, and you can keep calm and compost on!